I say let there be light, hey? I'm not sure what to expect here, to be honest. Yee-hoo! It's not liking it, it's telling me I'm gonna hit something. So that's just lost traction. So there's no lockers on that. Center diff lock. So used in many off-road events. Ramp travel index, or RTI. Now it's the distance traveled and it's divided by the wheelbase. Multiply that by 1,000 and that gives you the final score. Now while this wasn't measured here, the two Landcruisers reached pretty much the exact same spot, but the 300 is a lot shorter in wheelbase. So that takes the win. But I also feel that the disconnect of the sway bar, which is automatically done on the 300, it helps the front end move a little bit more too. Again, stock suspension. If we have a look here at Bullet Truck, which is quite modified and a lot further up the ramp. So why aren't I coiling the back of my 79? With flex like that, could you imagine? It tucks right up too. Low range feels quite low. Really nice. And surprisingly, those coils in the back did quite a lot. Maybe I should be considering coils in the rear. Let's see how this tows bullet home. So we got the center diff lock in, rear locker in, first gear. It crawls pretty good. How do you get that in Bullet Truck? Spotters are no more. It's kind of cheating, isn't it? Look, it's showing me where my wheels are. So then once in low range, you go back to your mode settings. You've got sand, mud and rock and auto. So auto is what I was on. Again, it's just going to be different computer settings on the throttle, I assume, and maybe the suspension. Another important fact to look at there is some of the settings you can see have a second gear start. Like a donkey in the fog, look at it all. But being only in standard low range, so we're 228 to 1 with the broken bits turning inside the case. I know we've got no oil in. I decide to use the Roadrunner high speed low mount winch to help get up and over the guards. Now remember, this winch was fitted brand new to Bullet Truck for the 24-hour challenge and didn't use it once as we broke inside 2 hour mark. Lock it down here with the winch and ready to strap down. So the reason that I put those two stumps under the back was so that I wouldn't load up those coils straight off the bat, just do it gradually. We used to have stays here, like on a caravan with wind up feet, but we just never used them. Trying to make things lighter. So what I've got here, I've got the two pavers. I'm going to try and drive forward a little bit because there's a lot of weight on that one log. Well, what could go wrong? I didn't get to see it, you saw what happened. Anyway, the timber's out and we can get on our way. That tyre needs air by the look of it. We're ready to move on, so this was the last thing that I needed right now. I hope it's not a puncher. What are you leaking oil for, you big baby? Because of them little cracks? First feel of the mighty 300. In low range, with over 3 tonne in tow. You actually can't feel it's there. I've got the center diff lock and rear diff lock engaged to minimise any wheel spin. This is actually quite steep, this climb. And the factory road tyres, which are still at highway air pressures, the 300 eats it up. So nice to drive. So the GVM on this vehicle from factory is 3280. So if we add the net weight of the car with what we're towing as far as ball weight, we're well inside the GVM. Now the other thing to consider when towing is your GCM. Now that's gross combined mass. So the legal limit for this setup with this vehicle is 6750. So we know Bullet's a little over 3, and we know that the 300 is a little over 2.5. So again, safe numbers, well inside. We got Bullet out, we zero the trip meter. We're back in Sport S Plus. Got all our safety features off. Let's hit the road. You can feel it's that touch bit heavier than the Jayco. But I think the dual axles is holding it nice and firm. It's not bucking at all. And this isn't a very good road. We're slowly creeping our way up to 100. We're at 85 now. Just getting comfortable with it. I just hope that tyre holds there, that back left-hand tyre on the trailer. I can definitely feel the extra weight in the accelerator. And by no means am I saying that it's not going, it's going, but just not like it was with the Jayco. This vehicle is just amazing. Not even had it a week and I've been able to test it on all the things that I'm going to want from it in the future. Towing the van, towing the comp car. We got to triple lock it today with the car on the back. I don't know if all the 300s have this progressive damper setup or if it's just the GRSPORT. No airbags in the mode we're towing in. It's handling unbelievably well. It's worth every cent of its purchase price. It does everything that I could ask for. But that's just me. Some people might not want to do what I want to do with it. Let's see the numbers when we get home and compare them to the 79. So this is metal. And these DJIs have got a magnetic bottom. Very handy. From a standing start here, as I pulled over to check the straps, let's see with the 3.2 tonne in tow, how quick it takes to reach speed. Look at the tacho there to see how smooth those gear changes are. Listen to that motor purr. 18 seconds it took from a standing start to 100 kilometers an hour. We got the OBD reader on board and plugged in, and I ran it on some of the bigger hills. So we got as hot as about 630 EGT wise. Most of the time when the temperature did get up around the 620 to 630, it would gear back. And the EGTs would drop quite dramatically. Now you'd expect of a vehicle of this caliber for that to happen. Unfortunately, these vehicles have only got a 110 litre tank, not 130 that I'm used to in the 79. Holding the speed limit with this vehicle is so easy. It's actually harder to not exceed it. Both of them did an amazing job towing the 3+ tonne. But the clear winner for me was the 300. It just did it with such authority, such power. I remember on some of the big hills, the little 1GD, it actually didn't run out of puff, but I did struggle in a couple of spots where the speed may have dropped 10 or so kilometers. But with the 300, it held strong. And I found myself actually backing off. Trip's come to an end and they're the final figures. Outstanding. 15.8 litres per 100. Just on a 12-hour day. Leaving home 1:30 AM. Back with Bullet 1:30 PM. Let's find out if we used any oil. That's pretty much where it was. It was a couple of mil down when I checked yesterday. It's going in for the free 1000k check. Let's see if they top it up. Now, a few of you asked if the winch control box could fit behind the grille instead of just sitting on top of that external picnic table up front. Now, I'm not sure about the ARB bar's top hoop being so low. I'm going to have to see it in person before we commit. I want to make sure I can see that top bar sitting behind the steering wheel. Now I plan on using the winch to help bullet reverse up and over the guards coming off the trailer. Passers-by stop like they've never seen anything like this before. For those of you that follow our channel for the rock crawling and for bullet truck, we'll have descriptive videos coming up of what broke and how we fix it. So keep an eye out for that. Subscribe and ring the bell. You'll get notifications of each video we put up. Yes, for some reason, the passenger door won't stay shut. Something's amiss there on the cab or on the hinges, so we're using the good old Telstra rope to secure it for us for now. There's a sneak peek of that broken gear. Worst time ever to do a thong. Middle of the night. Had a piece of tie wire, and look at that. Fits like a glove. So I had an hour allocated to get the jewels out. Oh man, have a look at the head of this bolt. There goes about 8 minutes extra. Look at that split. I'm still expecting pieces of metal to come out from the drain plug, but no metal in the oil. At 52 years young, I'm getting too old to be lifting out dual transfer cases. Catch you in the next episode, and as always, thanks for watching.